Hello folks, Key of W here with some more Artisan of Glimmith. So it looks like we're progressing towards the correct direction of the game with this puzzle. We finally unlocked it after completing the loopy set the last video. I remember those. I did not really care for the loopy rule. Um, I would just like to make clear that when I am criticizing it, it is not because I think it's bad game design. I just did not really care for it. Compass counts the cells within the region that are farther north, south, east, or west. I don't fully understand that. So let's look at this image. We have a 0 and a 1. So the 0 means that there's a wall right next to it. 1 means there's one space to a wall. No. 1, 0 means that there has to be one extra space east than there is south. Just like 1 and 2, there's one extra space south. 2, 3 doesn't make sense to me. 2, 3. What? Okay, this probably helping me out. So let's start with this. If I made this a thing, it doesn't count. Wait, this thing doesn't count. This doesn't count. So I have to go 3 spaces from here. And this 1 can't be there. It has to see 1 space. Then this looks like it's wrong. I don't understand. So this one here has to move up 1. And then we're good. Okay, I'm going to need some time with this rule. So 1... This counts the cells within the region that are farther north, south, east, or west. Well, this can't happen. It's got to be that. It's... okay. Okay. I think I got it now. So let's look back over here. This orange one, there is 1 cell to the right of this. It's down here. This one counts. There's 2 that are south. Both of those count. So that's what this meant here. It was kind of hard to tell what on earth all these symbols were for. We can see 3 cells that are further north than this. It doesn't have to be directly further north. This is how it's done. Okay, I think I get it. This rule could be pretty cool. 0, that's got to be that. There can't be any cells further south, and there's no way to make cells anywhere else. So we're going to go 1. There's going to be 1 cell further to the west, and it has to be connected to this region, so it has to be this cell. There can't be any other cells, because then they'd break the rule. So this one is complete. 2, there has to be at least 2 further north, so it's either this cell or that cell. We're not entirely sure yet, but I think we're going to solve it right here. This one has to go at least 3 cells further. That's the end of that. How about this one over here? There's a bunch of zeros. All regions must be this shape. Okay. This 0, we can't go any further south, but we can go in the other directions. That's just fine. We make the shape. Everything is peachy. This 0 can't move that direction, but it can go here. Now we have this 0, which can't move left, but it can move down. So we have another one of these. Let's see. We gotta have that. And then we have to have this. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Is that the only puzzle in that area? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I will be coming back to these areas to find extra puzzles. It's fine. So this fella here's got to be done. This 1 has to move up, but then we can't have any other cells because it would... Oh, guess we're done. 1 here. Let me start with this 2. Because we have to have 2 cells that are further north. But we can't move left because then what on earth are we going to do with that guy? So we do have to move it this way. Now the 3 has to have 3 cells like so, but we can't possibly end it here. We have to make a region there. This 1 is going to go here, and then it's just going to move up a little bit, and then we're done. Fancy. There's only... Well, no, it can't be this. There's exactly 3 per area, so this is the only way we can get a cell above the compass. I think from this point, we should be able to get the rest of these pretty easily. Right? Yeah. How about you? Okay. I think I can just see this one. That's the only way we can get a cell above here without interfering with this guy. Like so. And then like that. This is actually kind of a cool rule. It's a little bit harder to wrap my head around, but I don't mind it at all. 3 cells below. So I know this counts as one of them, but not that cell. So I have to get at least 2 more. This is 2, that's 3. The purple's just done. There's 3 cells to the left of this guy. Well, we've got to bring it out, but we can't bring it out here. So the only way is we got 2 of the cells right now. Right? So which one is it? Well, oh, hold on. Duh, I can't go into the space next to the border. So that's the cell, and then we're done with that. Cool. All right, 0 means we can't do that. Okay, how about here? How do we get 4 cells south of this without ever moving leftward? Yeah. That's only 3 cells. We got to move into there. This one needs 3 cells above. These are the only 3 cells which are above. And then to get 2 cells above... can't move rightward at all. So this is how we're going to fill it out. All right, where are we headed now? Got a few options. Black can't be there. Let's start with this yellow here. We need 2 to the left. If I were to block this, there's no way I could potentially get there. We can't have a compass symbol take multiple. I don't know. Actually, there's a possibility that we have multiple, but I would have to go through here. We'd have quite a bit of problems. So we can't do that. We have to bring out, and then I don't think we can go here besides the 0. I don't think it's possible to have both of these satisfied. So we have to block that, make this the yellow section. This blue section can't go up, and then it can't go that way. Can it? Actually, yeah, no, because this one has a 0 on it. I was thinking, I'm looking for a way to make this dream come true, I guess. So this section can't move left, obviously. It can move right and it can move up. So what am I doing here? This one has to have 2 below. Well, there's only 1 below on this side, so it has to come out this way at least a little. So it's going to have to make this shape. And we're done. That's a cool puzzle. How about you? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this just every single cell? I don't think so. The 4 over here, that's all 4. We already have 1 above, and we have 1 below. There's only 3 below, and we have the 1 to the left already. So we have to block this off here. We just kind of walk through this hedge maze. All right, we can't ever go to the side on that. We need 4, 3 above and below. How about this one down here? Only 1 above, so if I move up, that's as far as I can go. And if I move to the right, this is as far as I can go. So it looks like this is the solution. I can't ever go that direction. So the only 3 above are going to be here. That's 2 to the right, so I do have to do this. I guess that's that. That's a pretty cool one. 2. Let's take a look at you. We need 1 above, but we're not going to get to this cell. So I think it's, well, it's not going to be this one. It's going to be something over here. So we can put 1 here. This would be a disaster, because if I do so, now I already have 1 above. I can't move left, right, or up because that would overload this north part of the compass. Therefore, these are the 2. Now over here, I need 2 spaces above and 2 to the right. How am I going to do that? What if... No, we can't connect these. That's going to overload them. Let's start here instead. 2 above and 2 to the right. If I do this, I can't have any more up there. Or here. I would have to do this. I can't think of any other way to make 2 above, 2 to the right except this. So I think it's a square, which means this guy is kind of screwed. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. It's this. It's just here. I misunderstood the rule. This is going to happen a lot with the compass rule. This is not very intuitive. So this is still 2 to the left. I keep thinking it needs to be 2 to the left on the same row because that's what it looks like from the symbol. So now we need 3 below and 2 to the right. So we've got 2 below, and there's no way to move it up, so that's going to be it. And then I think this last one just needs to be an L shape or a V shape, V pentamino. How about you? Solitude. Each region contains a single symbol and compass. Okay. Well, we need 1 up and 1 to the right. If I bring this as part of the purple here, if I bring this up, I'm going to have 2 no matter what I do. Therefore, this is not purple. This belongs to the 4. So if I bring this... Oh, I think actually I can just do this. And no, I can't bring it through. If I bring it up this direction, the purple can't take these bits, but blue is going to block it in. So I think the blue has to come around the other side this way. And there we go. Now we only have 1 space to the right and above here. Nice. Can I continue at all? Doesn't look like it. Maybe if I restore this thing. Oh, I'm continuing down this path here. Okay. So this is 0, 0. We can't bring it anywhere. 2, 5. That's interesting. 2 and 1. 1 and 2. Let's take this guy. I think it's a forced elbow piece, because let's suppose I didn't bring it up here, but I brought it up this way. I would have 2 to the right. So elbow space is required. I think this is another elbow, because we got to bring it out. And then we do need 1 space below. We can't bring it to the right anymore. And if I try to go somewhere around, we're really going to overload. So this is a forced elbow. Okay, so the only 2 spaces are now here. Is that, did I get them all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. I think that's complete. This is an elbow piece. Oh, we're just done. Didn't need to break that one up at all. 1 more, and that'll restore this window. This is 0, 0. This is going to be a case where 2 compasses are going to touch each other. Because this 3 has to come out, which means 0, 0. We have to bring it. It's just got to be a straight line. Now, we've got 2. It's got to be this one. And then down here, it's got to be that. Interesting. Hedging your bets. Restore the hedge maze window. It still doesn't let me go further, because I think we have to go through the entire hedge maze. I think that's what's going to happen here. Okay. These both have to see 1 to the right, but they can't be part of the same thing, because now I already have filled this compass, but not that one. So, it's going to just be elbows. It's not going to be just elbows. It's also got to be this piece. Like these 2 have to be part of the same. So if we imagine that these were different units, how am I going to get 2 spaces to the right? There's only 2 left, because it can't touch these, so it would touch both of those, which means it can't, this compass is completely lost. So these are both part of the same unit. Which means if I were to see this cell here, this compass is complete, really. We can't, and no other things here. Can this be part of that compass? If we did so, this would be complete. And then we wouldn't be able to fill this one. So no, this is a different symbol. Let's make this one red. Now here, I don't think we can make this red, because now this 1 is complete. The 2 has nowhere to go. So I'm going to make it yellow. This 1 is going to be the same issue. Let's make it blue. So the only way to get it is here. Only way to get the yellow is here. The red is going to need to grab both of these, and we're done. Okay, so the 1 can't go into the 2. The 2 can't go into the 3. I think we're going to have to block all of these off. The only 4 spaces to the right are here, so it's got to get all of these. And then I think the puzzle just solves itself at this point. Yeah. Let's just keep it moving on. This 2 can, in fact, move this direction. And in fact, has to. Because if it moves up, we now have 2 compasses on the same y-axis, I guess, that need to see different amounts to the east. It's not possible. So this is how it goes, and then we just need to see 1 more in this direction. Would it be here? And then we just fill these in? I think that's fine. Now down here, we can't move this 2 to the right because now this one needs to see 1 more, this one needs to see 2 more in the same direction. That's impossible. Therefore, it's like so, and it's going to be here, and we're done. All right, let's see. Do I want to push this? Oh, we're starting to get more. We're starting to get more. 1, 5, 5, 4, 4. Oh, there's. Oh. Oh. This looks like the edge of the world, right? Like there's not much. Or hold on. I'm trying to get a good view of this. No. Let me push in a little bit, see what counts as restoring this window. But I might have gotten through all the rules, because if that's true, I might stop with this chaotic madness, pushing through the game, and then start jumping around even more chaotically to fill in the puzzles I haven't done yet. Let me grab these. Solitude, so I can't have a unit that doesn't have a symbol in it. Let's start with this 6, because there's only 6 spaces below it, so they have to all be part of this. 0 can't ever go down. The 1, there's plenty of spaces. This 5 now has to see all 5 of these cells. The 4 needs to see all of these cells. So it needs to see these and this one. The only way is through here. So this is just done because it sees the 1 below it. This needs 2 more to the right. It could also see that cell, we're not sure. Oh no, there are 7 more cells above this one. We need to see all of them. So this guy needs to see... Oh. We need to see all of these, right? No. We need to see this cell with the yellow. It has to, because it has to see 2 more, so forces that. The blue now only has 3 spaces it can go. That's it. Beautiful puzzle. Can't do that one. Maybe because I didn't do this one here. Wait, where? What? Or this one? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, we have to block that. We have to block that. Solitude again. Block, block, block. Okay, who's allowed to see up here? This guy and that guy are. Let's start with this. Those 2... Well, let's not start with those. We don't know what we're doing. Once again, we have some issues. Let's go here. We need to see 5 in that direction. Well, the people that gotta see down here are the purple and the orange. Right? Now, it's gotta see the left side. There's several. The right side can only be teal and orange. The top can only be blue and... this. Well, I could make this like a box, right? See what I mean? Because this space right here can only be seen by teal. So teal's got to go up in here. Is this the way to go? Well, now it's got to see a bunch over there. But this guy can see it, so a teal can actually go down here pretty well. It can't go to that one. So that means the teal has to extend into that space. Purple can't go to the right, so... It also can't be down here, because the teal can extend quite a ways here. How does orange... Oh, no. Here, what we got to do is we got to make sure the teal actually comes up through instead of this way. right? Teal's going to be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, blue still can't go anywhere. Teal still has to be here. How does orange get down here? Teal can't go there. Blue can't go there. Purple can't go there. So that has to be orange. Oops. Now, if it was orange all the way to here, maybe then teal has to break into this a little more. But then who's down here? You know what? Let me approach this slightly differently. Let me find specifically tiles that can only be achieved by one unit. Do that. So this orange, let's see, this tile right here cannot be seen by orange, purple, or blue, so teal has to see this tile. This tile here can be seen by purple and teal, so that's not helpful. This tile here can be seen by both orange and purple. Down this corner, purple, teal, and blue cannot see it, so this must be orange. Now, orange could come up and around to see it just fine, which means teal can be in all of these without any problem. Now it's going to come through here, and in fact, that's all 5 of the pieces it can do. So now the purple has to come around. I see. This would have been the better way to solve this puzzle, because now the blue has to take these. That would have been a much quicker solve. Can't do that puzzle, but I can do this one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we add these in total, they can't be part of the same regions, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got 7 regions we can fill. I have a thought. Obviously, this 2 is not going to go down in that space. Whoever is in this space has to take both of them. We're going to have the 3 take that space. Because if it's the 2 would have to block the other 2, right? If it's this one on the left. Therefore, the 3 is going to take this space and this space, right? Oh, is there any way it can take that space, though? I need somebody to take that, because it can't be this. Now, if this were the 2, everyone needs their own region, so actually this is the 2. No, this is possible. This is totally workable. There we go. It's exactly what I wanted. I just, in my mind, had the 2s going the wrong direction. In my mind, this 2 had to be above the teal. I don't know why I thought that. This is exactly what it is. Am I getting anywhere? This is a different window. So I think I'm going to save this window for a different video. We're going to finish whatever window this is. There's no new rules now. It's just press on to the end. Okay, solitude for sure. We got to watch out for these. So the yellow can't go there. Who can be in this space? That's a question to answer. Yellow cannot be in here because it's to the right. Blue cannot be in here because it's 2 spaces above. Orange cannot be in there because in order to get there, it would need to take 3 spaces. Purple can't be in there because it would take 4 spaces. Therefore, this is red. There you go. Ipso facto. Okay. So I need 4 more spaces above these. I had 2 spaces here, 2 spaces under. So how's blue going to get up into this area? It feels like blue's going to take the edge around at least this far, and then it can take 1 more, but I'm not sure which one. Orange needs to come through, and purple needs to come through. So purple's going to come in this way. Now orange has to come through and take the only 2s. Oh, hold on. How's orange going to get? So, okay. Orange has to come through here and take 2 spots there. Well, how's the purple get through now? Or does orange come around the top and then take 2 and now blue? So yellow just stops. Yellow doesn't go anywhere else. Good grief. That's that. Purple just takes these 3 here, and then red is that. That's it. Wonderful puzzle. Okay. So this can only see one space there. So the question is, if the purple takes this left space, how does red get in there? It can't. Therefore, red has to take the space. Purple has to take that space. Now, red can only take this one. Purple is complete. This one might be a little trickier. Let's suppose we could somehow get the blue up into that spot. It would have to go around. Actually, that would just be the answer. There we go. Thought I was going to break the puzzle, but nope, it was correct. It was just right. I was just correct about things. Okay, all regions must be one of these shapes. That's all I have to worry about. I'm just going to real quick just make one of every color here. Just trying to control my scroll wheel on my mouse. I imagine these are all separate regions. It's possible they are not, but I'm imagining here. So this 0 can't be here. 4 spaces? How do I see 4 spaces with this shape? It's got to be the 2x3, and it has to be like that. That is all I can do. This, I believe, has to be a domino. There's no way to make 2x3 without massively overloading it. That's the end of that. How do I make 2 spaces here? How do I make 2 spaces here? Ah, these are going to be part of the same unit. That's how you do it. All right, now this could be part of a 2x... No, it can't. We can't block that in. Therefore, this doesn't go there. We have to have a domino here. So either goes up or down. I need 2 spaces to the right, which would require this move. Or, sorry, would require this move, excuse me, and count properly. 3 and 2. 3 requires this shape. And then this is the shape here. So we have that. So now you can put some dominoes in and be fine. I think the dominoes are going to get us through the rest of the puzzle here. Yeah. That's a pretty cool puzzle. All regions have exactly 4. All right, starting up here, 1 space below. It's either going to be this space here or that space there. Either way, we have to take all 3 of these spaces. We can't take the center one because, again, we can't go any further down. So this one needs to see 2 spaces below. So it could be an O shape. Actually, O shape seems to work. It can't be an I shape. It doesn't fit anywhere. Can't be a T shape. There's no way to make a T shape with only 2 spaces below. It's either going to be 1 space below, which blocks that in, or 3 spaces below. So I think O shape is the only thing. S shape is also possible. This S shape is possible. But either way, it has to see this one. There's no way it doesn't. That means, how do I see 3 spaces above here? How do I see 3 spaces above? This one sees 0. I would, like, this would be it, but now we have a problem down there. This is a problem. Yeah, let's go back. Let's go to this one. How do I make 3 spaces above? An I does it, but it can't do that. An O does not do it. An S does it, like this, but not like that. A T does it, but not like that. L, it seems like L is the only way. Like this. But then, what are we doing here? How do I make an O a 0 here? O shape works. O shape doesn't work there. Am I misreading anything here? It's precision with compass. Any L shape is going to cause a problem. O shape, I shape doesn't fit. T shape. S shape? Any S shape is bad because we cause problems. It really is the O shape. So this must be an L. Oh, this way? Yeah, okay, okay. This is the way it goes. Got it. How close are we to this window? A few more. And we'll see what comes out after that. Compass, polyomino. Alright, well we know we need to bring that out. We know we need to bring this out. So how do we do this shape here? If I just made this shape as is, I would need to see 7 more shapes from this and 5 more shapes from there. That's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's just not enough space. Therefore, this can't be like so. It could be like this, maybe? But then how on earth would I see 6 to the left here without crushing the 8? Unless these are both part of the same unit. I see 4, I see on these, so I need 2 more left of here and then 4 more. Like so. Does this just work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I stupid? I'm stupid. This is south, not east and west. I don't know what possessed me to think this was facing each other. They're not facing each other in the slightest. So, yeah, they gotta come out, they gotta see cells below. So, again, this is not possible, right? Because I've got to see I don't have enough cells. This way, how do I see 8 cells below without... Because I would need to see the most I could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is not doable. Now this one could be... It could be like this. And then we just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. But then how do I get this one? This is not enough spaces. Unless I... Well, if I bring this out, it doesn't make the shape. It's not going to be this. It could... Can't be here because then we just can't get enough stuff down there. How do I arrange... This is certainly not going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We just don't have enough space. What other... This can't be either of these two. It can't connect because it's only 5 in the shape. We need to have at least 6 and 8. What other arrangements could I have of this? That? This feels more prominent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But now we only have 4 there. Hold on a second. I can reach up this way. It fits. Ah, don't ask me to rotate shapes in my mind. I don't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the rest should be 6. Okay. So close. Well, range between 4 and 6. Okay. Who's going to touch this one? Right? We have to have a range of 4 and 6. Can't be this piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hold on. We don't have the solitude rule. We're fine. It doesn't have to be a piece that touches that. So that's the minimum there. This piece cannot touch the 4. There's no way, which cannot touch the 5. There's just nothing you can do about that. Because then they would all have to see different numbers below them as part of the same region. Just isn't going to happen. So the 3 does have to come out. So that forces us to bring this one out. All of these come out, actually. So they all come out more. There's really nothing I can do here. The red one can move to the right. It's possible these two fit together. It's not likely, but it's possible. Between 4 and 6. Well, this now needs to come out, and it sees 3, so it could move. It can't move to the right. It can't move anywhere, so this one's complete. The only way to get 2 more spaces to the right is here. Is here. This is the only shape for the cyan. This blue now can't move upward. So I can do this. I can do that. I just need 2 more cells on this. All I can do. This 5 is going to need to be the full 6 cells, so it can't go there. How on earth would this see 2 cells to the left? If we imagine that this was blocked, what would end up happening is this, and then that. The only way for this to see 2 cells to the left would be this enormous bar crawl here. It's not happening. Therefore, let's just back up a little bit. Therefore, this is part of the red. So now you see 1 more cell this way and 1 cell up, which means I need to see that. Oh no, it already sees the 1 cell up. It's done. I need to see 1 more cell here, and I need to see 3 more cells underneath. Don't know which ones they are yet, but I do need to have a cell here at least. Okay, well let's imagine that we blocked this cell, this border here. We would need to do this. We would end up with more than 2 cells to the left. Actually, it would just break it immediately. So we do have to go this way, and we still can't go left. We have to bring it down. We can bring it to the right if we like. Can't bring it left. This is possible. This is possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only 1 more space, so whatever the case, this is a different color. Okay, how about this little challenge down here? This 2. We can't bring it over to the right and up because then we have to put both 1 and 2 cells above, and that's not possible. So it's going to move leftward and take these 2. It might take 1 more cell. There is room for it to take 1 more, but I don't know if that's going to happen. It can only take 1. It can't take this cell because then we have a space of 2. It can't take that cell because it has 2, but it can take this cell. However, since it can't take these 2 cells, they must be taken by this blue section. What about this here? We've got 2 already. It can be here. It can be both of these. It can't be this because we would cordon off. So yeah, this one must be taken by this green section. And then we can't do that because we make another orphan. So that has to be the end of this zone. So who is in this space? Oh, I don't know. There's some new guy there. Never met him. This space here has to go, and it can't connect. So we have to move it this way. We have to have at least 1 more. The red is now complete. So this 1 needs to take that spot. Right? Has to take the spot that way so that the orange can come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is complete. Forces this out to the right, and the 0 moves left, and we have that puzzle solved. How about 1 more? Because that will solve our section. Let's do an easy one. Size separation. Okay. Oop. Well, we can do that if we want. Let's put some borders where we know we have to have them. Okay, so we've got some singles I know. That means we can't have singles in any of these. This has to be at least 2, but it can't be more because, well, there's that rule, and also it would force another single here. So this was to come out and then move to the right again. That's going to make this a double. This one has to be at least a double. Here we can make... I think this is going to be a single right here. Because if we do anything else, we trap these guys. So let's make a double, or sorry, let's make a double here so it's not touching the triple, and that's a triple. And there we go. Pointing the way, restore the compass window. And that gives us a boss puzzle, which is a 6. And as fun as that looks, it's already been 40 minutes, so I'm actually going to stop the video here. Oh, I'm so close. So what I'll probably do is next time I'll get started with this. We'll take a good long look at this puzzle and then see what we can do after that. But for now, I'm going to have to say toodaloo. I actually don't have to say that. I can say any sort of form of goodbye. But the point is I'm going to leave you now, and you will be all alone. So I will see you all in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a great time, and I will see you then. Bye.